right. So this first highlight is going to be between Don't Panic and B-Lord. Now, B-Lord comes right across the map and goes for his opponent's gold right off the bat, but Don't Panic, true to his name, doesn't panic, goes for an appropriate reaction, throws down a pylon right behind those mineral lines. Now this, of course, is going to lead into cannons, but B-Lord pulls some drones right away to try and deal with this. Now it's worth noting, again, these drones came across the map to try to hold. However, in the end, couldn't quite break the cannons, but says, you know what? If you've invested all this money in cannons, you don't have anything on the defense. Goes to the main and manages to bully Don't Panic out of the game. This next highlight is going to be between two players, Lokes and Don't Panic. Now, it looks really scary as the Terran player has this massive bunker contained, but Don't Panic, once again, does not panic, puts a Nexus, sneaks it out of the base with a really intelligent recall, manages to get around the hard contain that Lokes has provided. This allows him then, with the Colossus, to storm in towards that third, and with Lokes' army across the map in those bunkers, it's a bit of an odd spot to be. Has to salvage everything and decides, alright, do I go for the counterattack or do I stay here at home? Unfortunately, though, we see the Stalkers and the Colossus just a little too much to handle for our poor Terran player. Despite lifting off the barracks, the thing is, they move very slow and the Colossus is still firing very hard. This has forced a counterattack out of Lokes, but a recall will solve that issue, and Don't Panic take the game. This next highlight, number 3, is a lot less about storytelling, more about one decisive action. It's very difficult to see. Keep an eye on the Raven. Did you see it? That's a secret missile target on that Banshee, and all these Banshees have almost no health, so as it connects, it wipes out Ruff's army in the air, giving Jarpy the advantage and allowing him to push a Terran player back that otherwise would have taken the fight. This next highlight requires a little more storytelling than the previous one. This is between two Terran players, Ruff and Surprise. Now you'll notice already a Ghost Academy going to work, as well as a barracks put across the map. We're going to have an uncharacteristic nuke rush come out of our player Ruff. Now this is going to be at a timing that's unexpected, and Surprise, a little bit surprised by this, forced to evacuate the bunker, and oh, what's that?
Ghost reporting.
Ghost reporting indeed. The nuke does land, and we do see that kind of causes a bit of panic. It doesn't kill a lot of units, but what this does allow is the door to open for Ruff to get in here. Combination snipes from the Ghost plus the base damage from these Hellions. All these Marines don't stand a chance, and if you think that's the last nuke, you're going to be sorely mistaken. Another one planned to come down, and another one takes out the tech labs, shutting down any further tank production, and with only one tank left to defend, Surprise is forced to pull SCVs, and it just doesn't quite cut it. Our number 1 highlight this week goes, of course, to Huck in the series he played against Kal Azur for Copa America. And one thing you'll notice is a very big building's being placed down. That's not a large pylon, guys, but in fact a Nexus. Now, this isn't bad manners, but a little bit of cheese, as this is shortly to be joined by a mothership core with enough energy to pop off a photon overcharge. One thing you have to consider is SCVs, Marines, and bunkers. None of these have a lot of life, so the overcharge will do a good chunk of damage. But this isn't it for Huck. He's not simply invested in one static bit of cheese. You'll notice pylons also coming down, and behind this he's looking to warp in some units additionally. So a stalker on the front line trying to break the bunker at the front, but soon to be joined by some friends at the back. And Huck, with some very, very unique cheese stylings, manages to take a quick victory here.